So good morning everyone. Welcome to Core Java session. We are in comparable and comparator. Okay. In yesterday's session we have seen we are in collections. We have seen tree set, right? Tree set. And after tree set we started comparable and comparator. Okay. So what is comparable and comparator? Both are interfaces. Comparable and comparator both are interfaces. Okay. So when we are depending on natural sorting order, okay, then what will happen? Comparable interface is used and we want to do customization, then we will use comparator. How we will do that? We have seen one program, how compare to method is there. There will be an interview question on this topic. Okay, let me increase the font. Now find, right? So comparable contains only one method, that is comparative. Okay, now we'll see comparator today. Okay. Comparator, comparator, comparator. So comparator, it is an interface. It is an interface. Interface present in java.util package. Java.util package. Okay. It contains two methods. It contains two methods. It contains two methods. It contains two methods. Okay. That is compare and equals method. And equals method. If you observe, it has compare method and it has equal method, right? It contains two methods. But if you remember, we have object class equal method also, right? Okay. So when some methods are there, we are overriding their logic, then that is called customization, right? So this equals method, if you don't override also, that is fine. But compare method, we need to override according to our logic. Okay. In this previous program, what is happening, guys? Let me run this program. AKZ, right? See the order, right? Because internally, which method comparable is called, right? So that's why how it is comparing, we understand yesterday in previous session, right? Z is compared to K, some positive value. Then A is compared to K. It come before A, so it is having negative value like this. So this is coming with comparable. Now we are going to understand something using comparator. Okay? Now what is the logic? Same thing, but let me copy this. Let me copy this. Same thing, method. We need to compare object. So what is the method? Two method, compare and equals. Now try to observe. Public int compare. This is the method we need to discuss more on. It will take object one. It will take two object obj1 comma object obj2. So these are the two methods. Okay. Now when this two method is there, so now it will compare two objects. Whether the object one has to come before object two, then we can customize it. It is in our hand. It is in our hand, guys. It is in our hand. What to return? It is in our hand. If I want to return something -1 or something negative value. I want to return some positive value. I want to return some 0, right? This is in our hand. This is in our hand. We will see this. They will ask you these questions, guys, comparable and comparator. Okay, so please focus and listen to me carefully. What is comparable? What is comparator? What are the methods available in comparable and comparator? Why comparator having one method? Why comparator has two methods? Okay, like this. So try to observe everything. If obj1, object one has to come before object 2 if object 1 has to come after object 2, then we will return positive value. ठीक है? If object 1 and object 2 are equal. In this case, we will return 0. Returning is in our hand. What to return, how to return, that is in our hand. That is what comparator is for customization. Something we are doing changes in according to our convenient, that is called customization. This is one method, public, we understand. Public int compare. Can we understand equals method? So what is the method? Public boolean equals method. This is equals method. Okay? Object obj we are passing. Let's discuss on this. So basically, comparator interface, we should provide the implementation for compare method, but to provide implementation to equals is optional, because this method is coming from where object asks. Okay. Now, can we write some program? To do the starting according to customization? Here, did we do any customization? I added first K, Z, A, but how output is coming? In order, right? Alphabetical order, A, K, Z. Are you understanding? How it is coming now? 158. I give one a number. So comparable is working in background. That we understand, right? Now let's go with comparator. Let me delete this. We have tree set, right? No problem. And one more thing, how we can use comparator? Did you or notice? In tree set, see, tree set have one constructor where we need to pass comparator. If we are passing some comparator, we need to pass customized comparator, right? Okay. Now, okay. Come here to our class. Can I create one class name as my comparator? My comparator. Fine. Main method is not required, but I'm trying to do something. There is a working fine or not? Yeah. So there are two classes, guys. Can I split the windows in two parts? Fine. I split the windows two part. So now this is my comparator. Okay. How to achieve this? Make this class as a comparator. We have two interface, comparable and comparator. Which one I need to use? Comparator. So what I need to do? Implements comparator. Comparator. ठीक है? Comparators. Control shift directly. It is coming from java.utility.comparator. So it is asking what? To add unimplemented method. That is overriding, right? See, override compare method. It expects two input, one first object and object two object it will expect. Once we pass two object, then it will return something. This is basic common sense. What I need to do is I need to customize it. Now try to observe. What is my statement here? If I will return minus, then object 1 come before object 2. If I will return plus, object 1 has to come after object. If I will return 0, object 1 and object 2 are equal. Okay? So this is a tree set on right side, right? How I can make is customize. I need to pass comparator na. According to this constructor, where is my constructor? I need to use this constructor. I need to pass comparator object. How comparator object? this class is comparator object because it is implementing. So can I pass this comparator class inside this? Let me create an object for this. Let me pass. Can I pass an object like this? New my comparator, right? Perfectly fine. Object is created now, right? We pass this object, right? New comparator. Okay. Now try to observe. Now try to observe. Can I add some value? Let's see. Let me add some value. ts dot add. ts dot add some number. 10. I added some number. Can I add some more number? 1, 2, 3. Can I change the number? Let me add some 10. Then add some 0. Then let me add some number, any number. Let me add some number 15. Then 5. These are the number, right? And to same object, can I pass same two duplicate number? Let me add some two duplicate number. 10 and 10. Let's say 16. And here also 16. Okay. Now, let me run system dot out dot println. Here I will pass ts. Just I will pass ts. That is tree set object. Select all. Select all. It is not. Destruct 1 second. Let me copy this line. Paste here. Comment this one. This is a normal program. This is a normal program. Can I run this program? Run a Java application. Okay. 0, 5, 10, 15, 16. This is natural sorting order that is coming. I did not do any kind of comparator for now. But now we are going to do some comparator. So to this, I will add this constructor and I will comment this one. So now new comparator. But we need to apply some logic na. We need to apply some logic. If the two number are greater than, two number are less than, right? Something like that. So when we pass some new comparator, right? So what will happen? Two value will be passed in this object, which is going to take by this compare method. Okay. Now what is the type? What is the type of O1 and O2? What I am passing here, guys? What kind I am passing? Numbers, right? So can I convert this object into number first? So let me do typecasting. Integer x1. Integer x1. Object converted to integer. Because I need to apply integer na. So typecast. Object is converted to integer because I need to compare whatever the number is coming from here. This 1122 number it will come na. So number we have to convert into integer. Then only we can apply, right? So here it is taking as object, but we cannot compare object. We have to compare number. So that's why I converted into number. Can I copy this and paste again to convert second object O2 into x2. Two variables we are having. Now our logic will apply. What is our logic? If else condition will be applied. If x1 is greater than x1 is less than, let's say, x2. x1 is less than x2. Okay? Then return some positive number. So plus 1, can I give plus 1? Return plus 1. Okay? Another logic. What will be another logic? If else something. What is the condition? Else if. Let me use else if. Else if x1 is greater than x2. Do something. What you should do? Return return -1, negative number. ठीक है? Now else return 0. Three condition or match, right? Three condition is match. Now what will happen? It will two number will be passed to this method. Let's say 10 and 0. First O1 is passed by this. Let me. Where is my notepad? Flat. One second. Try to observe. Let's say 10 is passed to this number and 0 is passed to this number. So we, as numbers are there, so we converted 10 will be held by x1 and 0 will be held by this. Now try to understand. We are comparing. So x1, 10 is less than 0 or 10 is greater than 0. 10 is greater than 0, right? What is our condition? Try to observe. First, let me run this program, then you will understand. See, reverse order, right? Reverse order. Reverse order, right? What I did? Nothing. Try to understand first. What is happening here? What is happening here? Try to observe. First, it will take two numbers. Just understand, try to understand. Okay. Try to observe. This will be your first number. Okay. Try to, let me use notepad. My pad so that I can draw some diagram and I can explain you clearly. Let me connect my pad. Yeah. Now what is happening? Try to observe, guys. So now what happened? In this line, second number object added, right? What we are calling compare method, right? Compare method is there. Compare method is there. So what happened? The first number will be 0, the second number will be 10. Now this number will be passed to whom? This number will pass to O1 and 10 will be passed to O2. It means x is having what? X is having what? 0 and x2 is having what? 10. Now see what is happened. X1 is less than x2. What we are returning? Positive. What is mean by positive? What is mean by positive? So object 1 has to come before. Object 1 has to come. So with this is positive. When we are using positive, object 1 will come before, let's say object 1 will come before object 2 in simple way. If it is negative, then object 2 will come before object 1. So now tell me this condition satisfied, right? It is returning 1. It is returning 1. Right? It is return type is 1. So internally what it will do? It will return what? It will return positive number. It will return positive number. Hope you are good. Now this 10 is compared. In this line, what will happen? Try to observe. In this line, what will happen? Again, compare method will be called. Compare method will be called. Now, what is the number? First number 15, another number 10. Right? Now try to observe 15 is less than 10. So what it will return? It will return -1. Okay? So it will same way. The x1 will carry here. It will in this next step. Let me change the color. Let me change the color. Now 15 will be passed to object 1 and 10 will be passed to object 2. So this time what will have, what is having? X1 is having 15 and this value is having 10. Now x1 is less than 10? No. Condition dissatisfied. It will come to else block. Else block. X1 is greater than x2? Yes. What it will return? -1. It will return -1. right? It is returning -1. So that's why this way the comparison will be happen for all the numbers. Okay. What is another number? Tell me what is another number? 5, right? So 5 will be in this case. In this case, if there will be 3 cases. Compare 3 before 5. What are the numbers? What are the numbers? 10, 0, and 15. So 5 will be compared with 5 with 10. 5 will be compared with 5 with 15. 5 will be compared with 5 with 0. Now tell me what will be the return type for this? 5 is 5 comma 10. So +1. 5 comma 15. That will be -1. 5 comma 0. 5 is greater than 0. Sorry, this is also what? Positive. This is also positive. This will be -1. Hope you are good. This is how the comparison will be done. And we are able to do the changes. Now, can I clear the screen? Now try to observe. I will just change small thing, then you will understand what is the output. Now try to observe. I am running the program, so it is giving some output. Just I am changing the return type as -1. See, -1. And here I am changing the +1. +1. Only plus minus I change. Now try to observe. Run as Java application. I have done the customization. Now increasing order, right? Now increasing order. Can I return this minus again? Can I revert the changes? Let me make it again plus. Let me make it minus. Save the program. Run again. Previously increasing or ascending order. Now let me do this. Java program. The order is descending order. I am able to do customization or not? Are you able to do customization? Or? We are able to what we want, we can do. So that is what customization. Hope you are good. Okay. Now, this is the program for this. Come here. Hope you understand, right? So what we understand from here? This equals method. This equals method. This equals method is optional. Is optional. Optional. Because it is available to our class from object class. We no need to do anything for this equals method. If somebody asking how many methods are there, so compare method is also there and equals method is also there. Okay. Now object class using which concept? Inheritance. Okay. Now people will ask you when to go for comparable, when to go for comparator. Comparable versus comparator. When to go with comparable, when to go with comparator. Okay. When we are using string, right? String normally. So what is happened? Default natural sorting order is there. Okay. So like for string class, when we are using string x equal to Amit, something like this. So string where data type is using na. For string default, by default, which sorting order is available? Default natural sorting order. Default natural sorting order is there. Is available. Why? If you want to do the changes, we don't want default hey string, we don't want. So what we will do? we can define our own sorting order by using comparator. So if we want, if you want to change, the sorting order, then we can use comparator interface. ठीक है? For string, this is predefined class, right? Predefined class. String is an example of predefined class. ठीक है? So predefined is what? Is predefined comparable class, we can say. Comparable class. It is defined. Control Shift H. Let me search string. Let me search string class. See, string is a predefined, serializable, and comparable. Predefined, right? So what it is giving? Comparable. It is a predefined comparable class. So it is giving natural sorting order. But if we don't want, then what we will do? We can use customization using comparator. Let me do Control Shift H and show you guys some string buffer. Is string buffer comparable? No, right? You see, so default sorting order is not available to string buffer. So predefined comparable class. Let me use predefined non-comparable class. Example of this non-comparable class is string buffer. Example for string buffer, default natural sorting order is not available. DANSO means default natural sorting order shortcut I'm using. So if you want our customization, so if you want our own sorting order, then we can use comparator. Okay. So these are two classes: predefined comparable class, predefined non-comparable class. But let's consider if it is our own class. String, integer, these are predefined class. But we are creating one class, employee class, student class, right? Those classes are our own class, no? So we can call user-defined class. For user-defined class, what could be the class name? Let's say employee class is there, employee class or student class, anything, etc. When we are creating our own class. Okay? So who is responsible? It is our duty, developer duty. Developer responsibility is there to provide uh, to define natural sorting order, to define default natural sorting order, DNS. By implementing what? By implementing comparable interface. If you see this program, how string is make comparable by implements comparable, right? Comparable. So this is how we can pass, right? If same case user defined, the developer responsibility provide But if we don't want, if you don't want default natural sorting order, then we can customize, customize by implementing comparator interface. ठीक है? So this is what we have learned, comparable and comparator. Hope you are good. So this is, can we take one more program on this? Can we take one more program on this comparable and comparator by using some customized class? Can you please ping in the chat? Do you want one more example? Let's have one program then. So guys, this is one class. This is one class, right? Let me create one more class in this package. Let me create one more package. Already there is one class, employee.java, right? Employee.java, perfectly fine. Now, let me remove this. These are predefined, right? Object level, we will try to observe. Okay, now try to observe. Control D. I will have some employee ID and employee name. Private string, private string, private string, employee name, private string, employee ID. What we are going to do, first try to understand. We are writing one program to insert employee object into tree set. Okay? With default natural sorting order. Then we will modify to customize this. Default natural sorting order with employee ID. Okay? Employee ID will be like first 10 employees are there. Employee ID 101, 102, 103 like this. That data will come. Try to observe. First, we need to add one constructor, Alt Shift S O, default constructor, fine. We need what? Alt Shift S O R, toString method, not this one. Alt Shift O R S, toString method, perfectly fine. toString method come, constructor come, right? Now, is our employee class is our employee class is we need to implement what? Comparable. First we will do comparable. ठीक है? First we will do comparable. ठीक है? Control Shift O. Save this. What is come baba? Add unimplemented method. ठीक है? Compare to method is coming. ठीक है? Now try to observe. Compare method is taking one object. ठीक है? What is our notes? What is our notes that we need to understand? Try to observe now. This is something we need to define here. Natural sorting order we need to define here. Okay? We will do that. Now come here in right side. Right side. Can I create employee object? Can I create one employee object? Control D. Oh. Delete this. I need to create some class. This time I am creating employee A1 equal to new employee. I am directly giving data. That's why I created one constructor. Directly, no need to set get. Directly by using constructor. What is employee name? Amit. What is employee ID? 1. Employee ID y to text string. We can take int, right? Employee ID should be int. Fine. I make correction also here. Otherwise, I need to delete and again I need to create. So I know, we know. That's why I change. Employee 1 1 1 1, something like this. Say this. How many objects is created? Some data is there in object. Second object, third object, fourth object, 5 object. Okay, let me do some second object, third object, fourth object, and this is fifth object. Can I change some name? Amit, SRK, 112, then Allu, then this Allu Arjun will be 113, then Ritik, 114, then Narendra, we have 115. Some names we are taking. Okay. So now these are the object. Let me create tree set. Tree set. Tree set. T equal to new tree set. Okay. Okay. Narendra is there. Let me add on Rahul also. Okay. Now tree set T equal to new tree set. Tree set equal to new tree set. Okay. Now let me add some. I will add all the employee in tree set. T dot add object. Semicolon. How many objects I need to add? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me give this is first employee object added to tree set, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. 6 objects are added. Can I print system? Can I do system dot out dot println T, right? Okay, what will happen? Let's see. Okay, no problem. Now try to observe. We need to do the comparative here, right? Now we will add something here. Whatever the object is coming, data is coming, we need to compare na. Okay. Now we will do this. This dot employee ID, EMP ID. Int equal to EMP ID 1. Okay. Let me write, then I will tell you what I am doing. Then whatever the object is coming, O is coming, O is coming right here. When this method will be called, object will come O. So I need to convert O into what? Employee. This object is of object. So how to typecast using convert employee. Employee. Okay. Alt Shift L. No problem. Employee equals to. Okay. Now we will compare. What is our steps? What is our step for see comparable? Positive, negative, 0, something like this. We need to give for comparable also, right? So now we will return some data. Okay. Now E dot EMP ID. Alt Shift L is the return type for this. Now we have employee ID 1, employee ID 2. ठीक है. In current object, this means employee ID. From current object, we are getting employee ID, and whatever object we are getting, okay, that we are converting into our employee, and from that we are getting another employee ID. Now we are having two employee ID. At a time when this employee ID will be passed, then we are getting two employee ID now. Now we will check what to return and how to return. Okay. Now if if EMP ID EMP ID1 is less than EMP ID2. So it will return something, right? We can return something. So now -1. 1 7 something got if yeah. Okay. If is there, then else if it will return something -1. Let's say positive number now. And finally else, if all the condition mismatch, then this condition will take care. Here EMP ID 1 is greater than EMP employee ID 2. Now try to observe. Now try to observe. One second, guys. Are you getting the object here? Something Amit 111, SRK 112, Allu 113, Ritik 114. Are you able to see? Increasing order, right? Narendra 115, Rahul 116. Why it is coming? Why it is coming? Because comparison is happening between two objects. Let's see, first this object will be passed, no problem. Then to second object will be passed. What will happen? This dot employee ID. It will check current object. What is the current object? And what we are getting here. Then we are getting two employees ID. Okay? Let me try to. Now see object. I am debugging, guys. This is common sense, you know, right? This is common sense, right? But when we are passing the data, see, when we are passing the data, we passes this much data inside tree set. But when we are calling this object, this all objects are comparable now and made comparable. So first time, how many objects are there? 6 objects is there. The first object is what? Employee. Are you good with this? Amit 111. This object, Amit 111. Okay. Now from this current object, it will get the employee ID. So this dot employee ID, current object employee ID. The employee ID will be 111. Okay. Now perfectly fine. Come down. Again, Amit, it is comparing with itself. First round, it will compare with first time itself. No problem. Condition, see employee ID is what? 111. Employee ID 111. Both are same na? It is not matched. It is also not matched. So it will return 0. Both employee ID 111. First time it will compare with itself. Okay? It will return what? It will return 0. Fine. Now, what is current object? See, employee ID 111. Employee ID 111. Okay? Now, let me do. See, return 0, right? Now, do F6. Whatever. Let me do that. Now, What is object? First object employee. Okay. This is 112. This dot employee ID. O is having what? Amit. Amit. Right. But what is the current object? Second object, right? This part is done. This object is done. Second is what? E2. So from current object, this means current object. So this dot employee ID is what? 112. So employee ID is become 112. Right? Employee ID 1 become 112. And from E dot, from current object, what is current object? E11. Here still the 111. Now try to observe. Employee ID 1 is 112. Employee ID 2 is 111. Okay? Come here. It is not satisfied. Employee ID 111 is greater than employee ID 111. 112 is greater than 11. It is true. It will return what? 1. It will return 1. Perfectly fine. It will see internal logic is there. So many circus is there. See, we are thinking what is happening in the background. It is not like that. So much logic is there. We are not bother about this. This is provided by Java people. This we don't require. See, tree map, internal call tree map, right? So that's why collections is giving ready. These are providing ready-made implementation. Only we need to write our own logic, not boilerplate logic. What is boilerplate? Common code. Let me do debug. Now we will see again, because 111 will compare. See guys, this will be compared with all this combination. Employee 2 will be compared with E1, E3, E4, E5, E6. E3 will be compared with E1, E2, E4, E5, E6. E4 will be compared with E1, E2, E3, E5, E6. Like this, each object will be compared. That's why when you are seeing every time O is triple one. But now this time, if you see employee ID, what is the current object? See, current object employee ID 113. This object is comparing, right? Similarly, let me do now, which is the object? Employee ID 114. Let me do some more time. Employee ID 114 is done. 115 is done. 115 is done. 116. Every time it was what? See, it is comparing, right? Each and every object. It is doing comparison internally. See, if you mouse over 115, it is comparing with. So this is internally how it is working, right? Now, when I run this program, you also know how to debug. So this is customize ascending order. Customize ascending order. We need to do, this is default sorting order. We need to do something customization. Customize, how we can do? We have to pass comparator object inside this. How we can do? Let me do this. Let me do this. Can I do this customization using comparator? This is default sorting order. Copy this complete statement. Paste here. Paste here. Can I make this at T1? Make this at T1, 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 T1. And this is T1. Okay? I need to pass comparator object here. Na? Where is my comparator object? Try to observe. I will write my comparator logic here. My comparator implements comparator. I need to create a comparator of class. I need to use this logic. Okay? Now try to observe. But here not integer. This time employee object. Employee object, right? Employee object. Object we need to compare. I need to change the logic here also. right? First of all, to make this, we need to pass what? My comparator object. What is my comparator object? My comparator. Perfectly fine. Now this tree set become customized. But what is my customized logic? I need to modify here. So every time object will be passed here, two object will be passed. But this time the object is of which object we need to compare? Employee. Which object we need to compare? Employee. The employee should be return, should hold employee. Employee should get hold employee. Perfectly fine. What we are getting, that type we need to typecast. Okay. Now guys, what is my condition of customization? Based on alphabetical order of name. Alphabetical order of name. See guys, here Amit, SRK, Allu. A for Amit, S for SRK, A for Allu. Means it is not naming customization. It is employee ID customization in previous run. 111, 112, 113, 114, right? Now I want to do the customization based on what? Names. So how I can do the customization? I can do the customization. I can do the customization. I can do the customization. See, I need to return something. Return something. Return something. Compare method. Okay. So based on name. So employee object X1. Let me give good naming convention, otherwise you will get confused. EMP1, and this will be your employee object 2. Can I take from employee 1 and employee 2? I can take employee name also. Employee, I need to compare what? Name na. So employee 1 dot name. Dot name is not there. Let me do setter getter. I did not use setter getter, right? 1 second. Let me add setter getter in. Otherwise, it won't come. Alt Shift S O R. Select this. Generate this. Select. Now setter getter is there. That's why getter was not coming. So I can use imply even dot get name, right? Save this. Save this. Save this. No. Get EMP name. Copy this. Paste here. Second. Now, this name is data type of what? Employee name is of what type? String. So I can use string to hold some data. String ename. I am giving ename. Okay. Similarly, to hold this E2 name, I am giving employee 2 name. E1 name, E2 name. Okay. Now I need to I need to what? I need to compare to add return statement. Something like this, right? So return. What I need to return? E1 name dot compare to another string E2 name. Okay. Now this is T1. Let me print T2. Save this. Oh my God, this is T1. This is T1. Save this. Run this program. Are you able to see Allu, Amit, A for Allu, A for Amit? Then if first character are same, then AL, LMNOP. So Allu, AL, Amit, AM. Third name is ABCDEFGH. Then IJK, LMN, Narendra, PQR, Rahul, PQRS, alphabetical order, right? Of name. But first output in this line, what we are getting? in this line, what we are getting? The order of employee ID. In this line, when we are printing, what we are getting? Customized. Because in this tree set, we are not passing any customized comparator. So it is following what? Our logic. Which logic? This logic, compare to. Right? Compare to method is there in comparable. Okay? So employee comparable is done, implementation is done. So natural sorting order by using employee IDs. So this is printed by ascending number of employee ID. We did customization by employee name, alphabetical order. So same tree set, but we need comparator for customization. So what we did? New comparator. We added some object. All these object will be passed to whom? This comparator class. Logic will be done. Every time it will return something. Like, can I reverse the order? E2, and I will make this E1. Can I run the program? In reverse order. SRK first, Rahul, N, Narendra, Ritik, Amit, in descending order. Hope you are good. How we can do customization? Are you comfortable? Guys, are you comfortable? Let me stop my screen share. Let me allow you to mute, unmute. You understand, right? Comparable and comparator. What is the importance?
Yes, sir. But
Right?
there, sir, ID is not in ascending order. In first line.
So we are taking only name na.
Okay.
We are comparing name na. Based on
We
name.
can.
Our requirement for this is based on name. Based on name. That's why we are using this. So
Okay.
it won't consider ID. It will take name only. Name in descending order. Name on descending order, and respective employee ID will come along
And
with that.
we can take
Whatever.
both in ascending order.
If I will change here E1, I will want to make this E2. Now it will be ascending order. Currently name are in descending order of alphabetical, in reverse order. Now SRK instead of Allu will come. Allu hold employee ID 113. Amit like this. Right? So this is how we can do comparable and comparative.
And we can take, sir, both.
Yeah, it's
Name,
depend on
and
requirement. There is so
okay.
many things we need to think and we need to apply logic. And this will come with practice only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You can do anything with programs. No? That is what each functionality is having. They are providing from predefined method. Right.
Okay.
So there are so many things logic you can apply. Logic will increase. Every time the logic will increase. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So now our next topic will be what? Map. Our next topic will be map, hash map, weak hash map, identity hash map. 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute. I'm getting on call. 1 minute. Yeah. So next 3 to 4 days, we will having map. Okay. Then we have some hash table. All these things we will discuss. Map, what we are having, weak hash map, identity hash map, sorted map, navigable map. These are. Then we will see dictionary, that is hash table, some properties class. Okay. After these 3 to 4 days of this, we will have advanced collection. Okay. Once advanced collection will be done, then we have internal of like important array list, internal of hash map, internal of array list, whichever is asked in interview internals, that we will focus on that, those topics. And then we will see some programs on core Java. Okay, 3 to 4 days. Then we are good with our core Java sessions. Okay. Then we will decide when to have project batch. Okay. I'm stopping my recording. And one more thing.